listen to that. She's moving away. We'll catch her in a minute. Okay, girl. And her little heart rate is 159, and that's very normal. All the dark area around her is amniotic fluid. This thick area up here is placenta, and that looks good.
And we know for sure it's a girl, right?
I hadn't even looked. There's a little face. You can see her little face looking right at us. So we're going to look at all the important stuff, then I'll be glad to check that. Where did they tell you it was a girl at?
Angel Prince.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
That's the little bone in the leg. That's the little femur. We're going to measure and make sure she's growing proportionally and adequately for dates. And that looks good. Her little spine is mostly on this side, so we're looking at her spine from the back of her head and neck all the way down, and she's turning it over for us. Good view.
Okay.
And this is around her abdomen, just like if we were to take a tape measure and measure her waist. That's a good view of her little abdominal circumference. The little top of her head, and what we like to see is just what we're seeing, both sides of her brain lobes right there. Both sides of her little brain. We're going to measure across that and around that little head. And that's a real good view of her little head. So all these things are important. We're going to look at her spine again. We're going to look at her kidneys, all the stuff. We're going to look at her legs and arms and her feet and her hands. And that's her little head circumference. She's measuring very normally for your days.
Wonderful.
Little spine coming all the way down. And I know this is hard to see, but I can see both kidneys. This is a little kidney here. This is a little kidney here. That's her stomach, where she's swallowing amniotic fluid. If she is a she, I think they look like I said. That's her little arm coming up there. You can see her shoulder. Both her little arms and hands coming down. There's hands and fingers. She moved very quickly. Just going to look at the cord. That's the cord coming out of her belly. And we're going to look at blood flow coming into the cord, into her abdomen. Little abdomen again, and her stomach, and very important that we can see all the structures, and very reassuring view. And that little head. Another thing that we measure in the head are the back lobes of the brain, the cerebellar lobes. Measure that as soon as you keep that little head from bobbling. You see her little face facing downward and her little spine up at the top. Her little heart again.
She likes that down position. Her last ultrasound, she was face down there.
Was she? Okay. From this side. And there's our little posterior brain. That's her cerebellar lobes. And we like to measure that as well. And that looks good. lobes. And she's got good amniotic fluid around her, and the placenta is where it should be. So all of that is very, very important. And there's her little legs and feet kind of curled up under her.